It's not uncommon this time of year when you're driving around looking at fields to see weed control simply not be effective. On this week's tech segment, I'm going to show you a new piece of technology that my good friend Matt Foes was adding to his self-propelled sprayer. Quite honestly, when I pulled into the driveway, I wasn't really sure what I was going to see, except I did see another attachment, Matt, and I know how you're not fans of that. Talk a little bit about the problem and your solution.
So the problem this year is that planting beans early in April, you extend the amount of time you need the residual herbicide to hold on to. Well, some water hemp, some giant ragweed got through that, and now I have to deal with them because being non-GMO, I don't have a lot of get out of jail free cards post-emergence.
It looked to me like pretty simple installation too. This is an old school product. I remember my dad using some technology just like this when I was a young man. I'm sure it's been on the Foes farm in the past.
Yeah, back when we were kids, we had rope wicks on the loader bucket going across the field trying to put Roundup on weeds. Now it's a different product going through it, but it's the same idea of a sponge applicator wiping product onto the weeds as you go across the field.
And it looks very simple to mount. Looks like it's not going to take you very long to get this thing mounted. What about cost?
You know, for 80 feet and I'm going to be a little short of that on this sprayer. It was a little over $5,000, close to $6,000 maybe with some hardware. But in reality, it's a relatively low-cost solution to get rid of the weeds that are out there in the field.
And it's my understanding you'll take this right off the sprayer. It's a few bolts. You'll take it right off when you're done.
Yeah, it's simply U-bolts every 30 inches. Put them on, run the equipment, and then when I'm done, I'll take it off, put it in a box, and it'll be ready for next year.
Well, I know how much you enjoy technology when it works. Pretty safe to say this one's going to work pretty well.
Hopefully. We've got some pretty powerful herbicides we're going to run through it, so we should be able to take care of them. So as a follow-up to my first experience with a Smucker sponge applicator, I just wanted to show you what it looks like 4 days later. So this water hemp plant that was all of 4 to 5 feet tall got wiped as I backed into the corner with the applicator, and as you can see, simply from wiping it with Gramoxone, it's pretty well dead to the ground. So similar results everywhere I've gone. We simply have to hit the top of the plant and you will kill the entire plant. So you can see around it there are some bean leaves that were subsequently fried a bit from the Gramoxone, probably drips. When the sponge hit this, it squeezed the sponge, dripped down, and you get a little bit of burn. But in reality, what you're doing is you're just taking out a couple of leaves that are around a plant that's already taking those leaves out to start with weed competition. So all in all, there were a few places on my farm, corners of fields where giant ragweed are notoriously bad, that I decided to go back and hit 2 or 3 times in order to make sure I had no issues going forward. The beans were already suffering from weed competition, so I just made sure that I had no weeds going forward. So a little bit of revenge killing, if you want to call it, but I got the job done. So in general, what I've seen from the applicator is I can go across the field, I can take out anything that's above the canopy within 6 or 8 inches or whatever your comfort is of running the applicator above the canopy, and those weeds will be dead. So overall, my experience has been very positive, and it'll allow me to continue non-GMO and have that get out of jail free card when I do have serious weed escapes.